Hello, welcome to the stream. There seems to be a storm happening in my location right now. So hopefully that won't have any effect on anything. There's an extreme wind warning. There's thunder. Probably some lightning somewhere. I haven't seen any, but hey. The weather's going crazy out here. We had a moderate wind warning 2 days ago. A severe wind warning yesterday. And today, an extreme wind warning. It's just windy. So, I tried to... I looked it up. I'm like, why is it so windy? Just the way it is, apparently. I thought maybe, you know, there's like a cyclone or something out there in the water going on, but no, apparently not. It's just windy, but we'll see. So hopefully I can play Grocket and survive the elements today. We'll see. Other than that, though, doing alright. Little bit of a... Say scourge heat, there's... No scourge in the blasted lands. I gotta wait for all my add-ons to load up. I did have to update my add-ons yesterday because, well, the latest patch that happened for Classic WoW kind of fucked everything up. I don't know what the intern at Blizzard did, but they did a bad job of it. So yeah, there is Scourge here. I don't see them, but get to questing and probably run into them at some point. Got a few quests to do down here. Not sure if we'll be able to do all of them. There is Scourge out there. Okay. And there's probably Scourge down at this place. But we'll start by going to the bugs. Got to do a few quests in Tanaris at least before we think about start grinding. I don't want to grind at all, but yeah. Scourge event. It kind of sucks that there's no Scourge in the blasted lanes today because I don't really want to go there at 49, not on the Mage, the Fire Mage. 49 on like the Rogue or the Hunter would be fine. But when we're playing Fire, not so much. Try to get our Gars ready and done as well, obviously. Now, if we look over here and there's no Scourge, then I might just beeline for the Thistle Shrub, because that would be pretty... There it is. Naturally. This is the problem with Tanaris when the Scourge event's on. Honestly, any zone when the Scourge event's on, it just limits your questing so much. Because we can't just go over there and quest. There's level 60 mobs. Like, it's not something I want to be around on hardcore. Even if I don't accidentally aggro them, let's say someone else comes running through the zone and then, you know, social aggro 7 Scourge onto me. Bad idea. But we'll do what we can here. And then... probably go to Foulwood and grind. Sadly. As long as our internet and power holds up through the storm and wind. The storm wind. We're fine. But that thunder does sound pretty... Like, it's been going just a thunderous sound for about 30 seconds. Great. So... yeah, it might be fun. Got some good upgrades yesterday with our new Firebolt and Pyroblast, so we're doing a lot more damage now on Grocket. Pretty good. Dude, that thunder's crazy. You guys probably can't hear it because my microphone isn't really gonna pick it up, but just the rumbling for 30 seconds. Monka. Like a low rumble. 30 seconds long. Like, dang. Someone pissed off nature. That was a weird... What the hell's going on with my my numbers on the screen? It was strange. It was like red and then turned to like how it is normal. Weird. If the thunder gets loud, then you guys will be able to hear it and it will be like more immersive, you know. I don't think I really want to do the swarmers on the mage if I can help it. Mainly because I don't... Like, we can easily kill off the ads, right? But if we can help it, we don't really want to. Clear cast. Our first one. We've only got 2% clear cast right now. But we got one. Those dang scourge over there. Any more non-swarmers? Swarmer. Where are all the bugs? Just swarmers. Oops, all swarmers. I think if we kill it before that bug gets to us, we don't get much spell pushback. It should be fine. Like that. So as long as we have combustion, I think it's okay. When we don't have combustion, those things start getting a bit fucky. Because if we get like, you know, 5 Borns attacking me while I'm trying to cast, yeah, that's not a good thing. I was I was reading some things because pretty much the whole of New Zealand is windy as heck right now. Like I mentioned yesterday, there was a guy that got killed by a tree falling up in Wellington, which is in the North Island, and I'm in the middle of the South Island. So it's been pretty crazy for the last 3 days. And some people were like, just stay home. You know, like normal when there's a sort of disaster, whatever you want to call it on. Just stay home. And then someone's like, well, I'm a healthcare worker. And it's kind of interesting because there also have been like healthcare worker strikes on in these last few days. And I'm sort of like, man, poor healthcare workers, they've still got to work while striking, while the wind is just trying to kill them as well. Not good. Someone's got to keep the people that go outside and blow away in the wind alive, you know? Where we are. We can get this whoosh. Oh, Jesus. That guy just spawned right in front of... I did not expect it. He just materialized and scared the shit out of me, dude. Oh. Talk about heart racing moments on hardcore. Oof. That'll get the blood pumping. Don't really know if I want to do the Sand Reaver because I think they hit pretty hard. And I'm basically wearing paper. They have a cleave. Stuff like that as far as I remember. Maybe it would be fine, but we'll see. Dude, that was scary though. That respawn, like right in my face. Well, there's combustion gone. I guess we will do the Sand Reaver. Let's give it a try. What's the worst that can happen? It can happen anytime. Plus, we just do that, and then we don't need to worry about any mechanics that it might have. All good. Another swarmer here. Couple wasps. Couple wasps up to no good. They always are. I don't really mind if the drops aren't that good. Like, we haven't had any drops for like 5 mobs now, but I don't mind. Just because I'm probably gonna have to grind some experience this level anyway. Because of the scourge. I might think about going and doing the last part of Foralis before we go up to Foulwood. But that's pretty much it in terms of quests that are viable. We're gonna have to do our third bog grind anyway. so it's fine, but, you know, obviously you don't really want to have to, if you can help it. If I was at least level 50, I'd go to the blasted lanes right now. Because it is going to be as easy as it can be right now. See if we can get this pyro off before he runs off. We did. No, not a resist. We don't want too many resists against those guys. If we can manage to get Gar's Ridian done today as well, that'd be nice. But I'm thinking after this we head down to the ogres. They should be doable. I don't think there's any scourge directly around the ogres, but you never know. Hey, there's another swarmer somewhere. This is Berg Friend is right there. Might be him. Closest we are to Unguro Crater so far. Get a big pyro blast, hopefully. He was out of range of the pyro blast for like half of that cast, but managed it. That thunder going crazy out there. I wonder if that clear cast is with spell batch, and I wonder if you can get 2 spells on it. But yeah, hopefully the weather doesn't affect anything and we can have like a good stream. If it does, well, probably wouldn't come back. Log in tomorrow and see if we did, you know. That would be... that'd be pretty bad. Nice. Finished one quest. Go. I got like a little mat on the front step of my house, and it's been so windy that it is now like rolled up. Like I didn't even know it moved. It's been sitting there since I moved in, just lying there the whole time, never once moved. And I went to the front door last night to check everything was locked up, as you do, and then I saw it. I'm like, I didn't even know that could happen. It just shows how windy it's been compared to normal. Like, it's been windy before, obviously, but this is like gusting vortex wind. So Grocket has reached Elia's time played to 2 levels lower. But, you know, Grocket's done quite a bit more for the group. Elia's help for the group hasn't been grinding stuff for 5 hours. Like, there weren't Scourge down here though, this would be great. I think I'd probably get to like halfway through this level before leaving Tanaris. But I don't think it's gonna happen with the Scourge down there. Damn, no crit. Expecting one. Alright, it allows me to do that. Because you can spell back that last combustion stack. I have realised. Forward, my minions, forward! Let none stand in our way. It is pretty close. Don't like it. There's a... So, I mentioned this once upon a time when I was talking about playing Warhammer Online Private Server. That they have Twitch drops for events sometimes, right? And in a few days' time, there's going to be a Twitch drop event that gives you 20 gold, which is going to be crazy. Like, I'm going to get that. 20 gold to start? That sounds good to me. There's some other stuff, but I don't really care about it as much as the gold because, well, I haven't even started yet. Let's head down to the big fella. I think this is as close as we've been to one of those scourge things so far. Like, outside of being on a flight path or something. Pretty scary. But as mentioned previously, it's not as scary as I and others thought it would be. I think maybe I got the Scourge event confused with like the Wrath pre-patch Scourge event, maybe. That one. Yeah, doing that one on hardcore, you'd definitely die. Because players can become part of the Scourge. And players are definitely more ruthless than a random mob. It was nice to see that it wasn't only my UI that was broken, the patch. People have been calling it the worst Classic WoW patch in history. of Classic WoW, and I am likely to agree because, especially if you're someone playing hardcore, losing all your buttons, it's not really a good thing. You have to hit me so hard. We use that scroll of agility, get a little bit of dodge. Now we've got to fight this big fella. Hope for a crit. Nice. Didn't get a crit on the fire blast, sadly. But that's okay, it did enough damage. Bird, you rich. Look at that up in the sky over there. It's a nice backdrop, you know, just having Scourge hanging out. Gives you a real sense of like this shit going down. But, you know, once again, like, I'd rather them not be around. Leveling has definitely been a lot harder this last month than, you know, previously leveling in hardcore, just because we've got to deal with them being around. A lot harder to quest in certain areas. Benares, Last Lanes, Shara. Those are the ones we've been to so far. Thankfully, they will be gone by the time I get to Eastern Plague Lanes. If I had to deal with them in the Eastern Plague Lanes, I just wouldn't have played. Yeah, stay far away from that. This is the first time I'm actually got view on a necrotic shard. Man, why you gotta scare me? Scared mainly. DPS Mariful. Rocket gets asked to do dungeons so much. I was kind of expecting Alia to get asked a lot more, but I think Rocket is the one that gets asked all the time. People really like mages, huh? We're so close to it, I can actually see the texture. Chad Manley was running over there. I think Chad Manley might actually be crazy. I am not going down there to do that quest. I would rather grind furbolgs than do a quest that, you know, might bring me a lot of danger at this current point in time. But he is Chad Manley, so makes sense. 1.2k. What the? That was so little. The littlest pyroblast crit I've had in like the last level. We just need 5 brutes. Sadly, there's a lot of enforcers, not so many brutes, but it is experience either way. so I think I will get this done. And then try to get the Gars Ridian done. If we can get Gars Ridian done, that's another like 4.4k experience or whatever it gives, and then that's probably gonna be it for Tanaris today. The nice thing about, I guess, the Scourge event going away, at least before I play next week, is we're probably gonna need to do a few more levels on Grocket when that time comes, and I'll be able to consolidate, you know? Go back and do the quests that we skipped because of them. Like, we'll have some stuff down here, obviously, the Blasted Lands. So I think getting to 52 from 50 shouldn't be too bad. We get to play Lena soon. I am really looking forward to it. Been a long time since I've rogued, and we're gonna have Phantom Blade as long as we hit 44. What the? I didn't know they had a knock up from range. I guess they are big boys though. They probably like slam their weapon on the ground and you feel it down the road, you know. Big ogre fellas. Oh, a distress beacon. Well, that's nice and all, but I'm definitely not going to go down there because of Scourge down there. We can get around the Scourge down there to get there, but yes. Not exactly the most welcoming place at the moment. Got our ogres done. Now we just need 22 Gars Ridian. Hopefully. We can also get done. Just have to run around the desert a little bit because 22 is a lot. In the desert, there's a rocket with no name. Wait, he does have a name though. Shh. Shush. My eye is something in it. Like sleep dust, you know? All the stuff. Still for rank? Question mark? Been asked to do 2 dungeons. Been very short amount of time on Grocket. You know, the first guy that messaged me asking if I wanted to do Marauding, his name is Tofu19. I'm wondering if that's like his 19th try to get to 60. I don't want to do a dungeon with someone called Tofu19. That's a lot of characters, man. If it takes you, you know, 19, 20 times to hit 60, and you've got that kind of dedication to keep going, I commend you. Especially, you know, after getting the level for marauding, stuff like that. I think I would have given up after like 10. I would have said, wow, hardcore is not for me. Say, where are the mobs? There are mobs. But you know, we're not doing dungeons, so... Being asked to do dungeons is nice, but we're not doing them. Because this is the Medley. But it's good to know, if you want to have content to do easily, play a mage on hardcore, apparently. I wonder if my name was like Battle Mage Grocket. Keep having a little bit of like frame rate lag whenever I come over to like those. Blizzard really did fuck this game with the patch, didn't they? I was seeing like there were people posting about next Ramus bosses not actually working correctly this patch as well, which is even worse. If you're playing hardcore, you know, you're doing next, maybe you've cleared it already, but then you go in and suddenly the bosses don't work correctly. Might be some 07s. Certainly some heavens. And I would love if the scourge would just leave Tanaris so I can go and do all the quests that I want to do though. Be really cool.
Ah, potential customer. Have a good one. Be good. Keep it real.
We'll buy a little bit more water while we're here. Hey! Take the money.
Great day now.
I got the best deals anywhere.
If you were a gnome, you wouldn't mind it because, you know, you're a gnome. But I feel like if I had to hang around people that talk like gnomes all day, I would lose my marbles. It's very squeaky. Just over 1 bar of rested left. Not too much. Sadly. Considering we may need to grind 100,000 experience. I don't know about actually hitting level 50 today. It may not happen, you know, we might just stay at 49 all day. Get some good prog in, but maybe not go all the way. Really depends. 17 more guards ready, and I'm gonna go down to this place to check it because a lot spawn down there regularly. We'll probably need to do at least one more run through the desert though. When did we start grinding furbolgs on Elliot? It must have been 49. We did a lot of it at 50. But I'm sure I started a little bit earlier. Kill this fella because they got a very big aggro radius and he is currently camping the Gazridian. I could have just sheeped him and run away, but fast. Oh, 666. I got that crit and then I looked at my Twitch dashboard and it was 44 minutes 44 seconds on the timer. Monkus. At least it can't be 66 minutes 66 seconds. Like that would just be, that'd just be too much. Turn off the stream at that point. I wonder where exactly the spawns are for this one. Because I mean, it's pretty close, isn't it? They're probably somewhere around here. Want to make sure they're not like directly around me. Bit scary when you're like that close to it. Only 2 Gazridians. Sucks. Alright, we need 13 more. So we got 9, no 11, no 9. That was right. Trying to math in my head. So if we get another 9, then we'll just need 4. That should go relatively quick. Rocket, the gnomish rocket. It's his theme song. Like if I ever do a spin-off, you know, the hardcore medley spin-off, and it's Grocket, theme song is going to be Grocket the gnomish rocket, 100%. I don't know why I would. Not like a producer. Well, I kind of am though, aren't I? If you're making a series of content, you are kind of a producer. Sadly, my series of content, I think, has dragged on for too long and people aren't that interested anymore. Views have definitely dropped off. Not only that, likes, interactions. And that's why I'm a lot less motivated lately to actually play World of Warcraft. When you're making like content and your content isn't being as, you know, interacted with and all that stuff, it's obviously going to be a lot harder to be motivated. I'll get it done. It just might take longer than I was hoping. Like, even editing a video sometimes, it's just like, I don't want to this week. You know, there's other things in my life that bring me great joy, stuff like that. So you gotta like weigh them up, right? Sometimes editing a video over the weekend is not exactly what I want to do when I can maybe go outside and enjoy the sun. I would say that's one of the effects of a long series like this. I can snipe this without even point. Nice. Pick the one at the ogres. There. Kill this guy again. He's worth experiencing, you right? Sometimes I hesitate on the last cast, which is usually a fire blast, because I'm like, if I get a crit, I don't need to use it. We can keep the combustion. Thankfully, I didn't get a crit on the fire blast. It's always nice to go into the next mob with, you know, 50+% crit. Blow them up, maybe cast a pyroblast because you're feeling lucky. But there are still times when combustion gets to 90%, so... not a given. 50-50, you know? If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I love using that logic with 50-50 situations, or like stuff that either does or doesn't happen. One of the Formula 1 drivers did it this weekend. He said it's 50-50, I either win or I don't. I was so happy. I'm not the only one. This fire rock is hopefully far enough away that it doesn't cast fireballs at Raven. Oh, these mobs not aggro. 5 more guards ready in. Be a mob in the ground there. I'm hoping we get, you know, we get stuff on the way back and then we're done when we arrive. Nice. My nose started itching just now, and now I feel like a little bump on it, which probably means it's like a pimple or something. It was fine, and now it's itchy, so I assume it just happened. Real-time pimple growing. Or everything I touch turns to pimple. Mage. That'd be a terrible superpower. Not as bad as being the poop king, but... we've already got one of those in the world. The thunder has stopped. I can hear rain, but the thunder has retreated, giving us a reprieve. So I guess it didn't retreat, it gave us a reprieve, which means it stopped advancing. I don't know. 2 more guards ready in. This is one of those quests that I really don't like doing, but it's 4K experience, so kind of feel like I have to sometimes. Alright, this will be our second to last Gazridian. Hyena might eat me. Oh. We've somehow managed to not aggro any mobs while grabbing Gazridian today. I don't know how. We're just like invisible. Been pretty impressive. I just yawned, so I guess we're almost 1 hour into the stream. It was a bit early today, 4 minutes early on the yawn. But I mean, the way my eyes feel, I might actually be tired.
Time is money, friend. Keep it real. Hurry back.
Take the money.
Glad I could help.
Already did the stone circle, didn't I? Yeah.
Hurry back.
Why we got secrets of the circle now. Duh. Okay, so we're gonna leave this here because there's Scourge down there. I might go back to Foralis and do the Harpy quests. They should be doable. And after that, well, it's probably just gonna be foul wood for furball grinding. Because there isn't really anything else. Gonna be honest. For whatever reason, the the little bag icon is so small. the smallest, cutest little bag icon I've ever seen. Keep some things.
Time is money, friend. Glad I could.
Honestly, what's my voice doing?
Great to meet you.
I'm kind of considering not streaming tomorrow, because if I don't stream tomorrow, and then obviously I won't stream for 3 more days after that, so that's 4 days off. Scourge event will be gone after that. Come back with full rested. And we'll just be able to blast, like, blasted lands. All that stuff we have left in Tanaris. Firebolt grinding. I'm thinking just taking 4 days off might actually be the play. As much as it's like terrible for stream, for me, it sounds a lot better. Like, honestly, that sounds like a good thing. That's like a full level rested maybe as well. I would like to go to Winter Spring on this character and try to get the Runecloth bag. It would mean though that I'd only have 2 days of stream this week, and that's not a lot, is it? But the Scourge event is a pain in the ass, I'm gonna be honest. Like, Blizzard put in a month-long event on the hardcore servers. It just hasn't been that fun. Because I cannot do everything that I want to do. There's so many quests that I just can't do. Just because they're there. I wonder how hard the escort would be on the mage, the one in Foralis. We at least have sheep. Because I think I'm just gonna do the Stave of Equinox, the Giant Guardian, and then it might be, that might be it for today. Honestly, like, I don't really have it in me to just grind Furbolgs. I'm just not feeling it. And like I said, if I just wait until the Scourge go, then I can at least do things that do feel fun. Like, we're going to have to grind the Furbolgs at some point. I just don't know if I want to today. I think we, you know, make the stream a shorter one. And then come back next week, probably on Tuesday, just mentally reset. Just ready to blast. Scourge won't be here. And that'd be pretty good. Don't know why my heat pump smells. We could try this. I'm just a little bit worried about it. For obvious reasons. We are a bit of a glass cannon. We're not like the priest, you know, where we got like 3,000 effective health. Then every 30 seconds an extra 700 health just for pressing a button. I really only... maybe because I updated details. Like, why is my overall only 100k? Be in the millions. Well, I had to update details yesterday, so that's probably why. Of course the boat would leave as I get here. Macklemore has reached level 60. Jobs, Macklemore.
I am listening.
It's just been one of those weeks, so you know I've felt a little bit under the weather. So yeah, it hasn't been the best week either in terms of just wanting to stream and all that. I can't even get this
Good luck.
liar of a quest, man. Well, let's head up there. Be a little bit more experience get for us. Maybe we'll get lucky and have someone grinding up there again so we can just blast through. But I kind of wouldn't mind, you know, having to kill mobs myself. Same point. Auto swim. At least the weather's nice out here. I like the rain in Foralis. Such a good vibe. Rain in Foralis and Ajara. Maybe there's some other zones, but those two zones. STV as well. Such a good vibe. I went to press C, but I pressed V. I was trying to remember all my hotkeys because I've been setting up my UI in Warhammer. Just, you know, getting ready to play with my friends. And remembering all your hotkeys is so hard when you're playing a different game and trying to set it up. So I actually forgot about Shift A and Shift E. I'll have to set that up later. I was trying to set up my UI last night, but then the server went down for maintenance. Bit rude. I've been downloading a few add-ons. Because, let's be real, because that game was made back in like 2008. The UI is not very good, like on the base game. Still saddened by EA's destroying it though. There could have been so much fun stuff to do in it. Like just running around even the cities in that game and all, seeing all the potential that was there but wasn't utilized. Sad. But that happens in a lot of video games, doesn't it? Days. Either the devs don't know what they're doing and undercook it, or a publisher's like, hey, I want this out now. And then it has to be undercooked. Publishers should just stop doing that. Let the video games actually come out when they're ready. Probably always happened back in the day when, like, you know, you'd have your Sega or even your PlayStation 1 and 2. You'd play a video game and it would feel fine. But when you look back upon it, it's probably like, man, that was undercooked, wasn't it? Like, there were so many video games that I would play and I was like having fun with them, but I look back at them now and I'm like, there was a lot of features in that missing. I mean, I don't have the box for it anymore, but I still remember, like, Wrath of the Lich King box. Like, the back of the box had so much stuff that wasn't even in the final product. Like vehicle combat and stuff like that. Now, it did have vehicle combat if you include Malygos, but that was kind of very lame part of it. Wind callers are a little bit annoying. When you don't actually interrupt. Seven 6 9. What? Meant to be 7 8 9. Classic why is 6 afraid of 7, right? 7 8 9. There is someone over here killing. I think there pretty much always is someone over here killing. It's a very good grind spot. Plus they're humanoids. So they give you some good loot. More chance at weapon drops for more money. I'm just here to do the quest and any kills I get along the way. Just a little bit extra bonus. I think it's starting to become sunny outside. Which, if it is, it's crazy because sky was pretty much pure rain clouds before I started stream. But it is spring and anything can happen in spring. It's just honestly the weather crazy. I don't know if that happens everywhere in the world, but in this part of the world, like Australia and New Zealand, spring just goes insane. Like one moment it's raining, the next moment it's sunny and dry. What? But I do love spring. It's very nice season. Outside of the wind and randomness. You can smell the flowers, see the bees fly around. Yeah, it's pretty nice. Smell of spring, they call it. When you just sit outside and you just smell like an aroma of flowers, it's like pretty good. But at least we get a combustion, I think. One good thing about a resist, I guess. Double wand resist, though. See, that elemental precision is doing work because we suck with our wand. But we're heading for all our regular spells. So that guy's a level 55 fire mage. That's grinding here. There's also a pyro blaster. There are some fire mages that always start with pyro. I'm not one of them. Like maybe it would be better for effective DPS, but just standing around casting for 6 seconds, like so long. Hopefully he's not gonna steal the lost girl. I don't know if Board can even do that quest. Can't remember. If so, hopefully not. I want to. Joins the staff. Turn in the staff. Take that back there. Okay, now we're gonna get out of here without growing too much. I want to clear my way. I'm gonna have to come down here anyway, so if I clear the way now, don't have to clear the way later. It's always a good thing. forward thinking. Solve your problems before they become problems, and then you won't have any problems to solve. Who would have thought? Kill this one, and we'll go back down the road. Kill them as well. Hopefully, that gives me enough time to get out of here without... Well, that was rude. She went under the bridge just enough to Eloise. Deserved, honestly, that 500 damage. Details is definitely not picking up all the damage that I do correctly though, because I fire blasted there and well, not even listed. Alright, Shay, let's get out of here. Shay Leaf Runner. Likes to run at leaves. Something like that. Not even going the way that I cleared, I'm going the long way.
What brings you here?
Just completely went off path. But it's fine. It's a beautiful flower, I know, but gotta stay on task, Shay. There's no time to look at the flowers. I actually thought about that scene in The Walking Dead yesterday. Like, damn, the fact that they did that in The Walking Dead was actually easy. Goodness. Play a thickly. Bear just walked into that little mound there. That was also pretty crazy. I keep thinking she's gonna stop. And now she's... But at least she'll help me fight this bear. Nice of her. Ding dong. Dead Barry has reached level 60. Good job, Dead Barry. Alright. Money. Then head off on our way. Back to Feathermoon Stronghold. We got those quests done. We move closer to halfway through this level. I might run to Foulwood and at least start the quest. Because it does feel weird if I only stream for like an hour and a half, to be honest. It's not really grinding when you're doing like the start of it, you know? That way I can get the Foulwood flight path and all that as well. I love how much more quiet the gnome mount is. You jump. Don't need to hear the clank, clank, clank. Pretty nice, actually. Oh yeah, I did update my add-ons, so I got What's Training back here now. Let's see, 6. Only 6 gold for training at 50, that's not too bad. $52 is gonna be maybe like 10 if I take Mana Shield. Quite a bit at 54, but we do get some good shit. We get Fire Blast and Fireball at 54, that's pretty crazy. Get them both? Like a huge damage upgrade. I'm glad there is another rank of Fireball at 60 as well, because sometimes like you get to 60 and you don't get your upgraded ability, and then you gotta wait until like Anchorage book or something like that. I'll just take the boat. Druid also doesn't feel like swimming and he's way better at it than I am. Some alright gear. By the looks of it, at least. Hard to tell sometimes, because I don't really know Feral Druid gear that well. Like, I see a Balanced Druid and I know what they're wearing. Well, unless they're in Boomkin, then I... Yeah. Ba-da-doo. You know, even though it's a small community on the Warhammer private server, they still have people just bitching about everything. Which is so funny to me because, like, the game doesn't even exist. And obviously, the people that are getting the game to people are doing their best with the limited resources that they have, right? They only have a small team. Stuff like that. But still, people will bitch about things so much. Like, guys, there wouldn't even be a game to play. So you should just appreciate that, you know? There's a problem with gamers these days. There's a lot of entitlement. One of the problems, anyway. Like, I'm just gonna play it and have fun. And, you know, my friends are gonna have fun, hopefully. I've already had fun with one friend while just fucking around at the lower levels, so I think he will enjoy it. And we'll just enjoy the game for what it is and then put it down when we're done with it. Like, it's not that big of a deal. Just getting to experience something that we should have been able to experience in the past that we didn't completely experience. That's a cool thing for me. Kind of how I played WoW last expansion as well. I, you know, went back to retail and did the story and stuff like that. I was like, oh yeah, some of this is good, some of it's not so good. But I didn't really care about like class balance or anything like that. It was kind of nice. Damn, that wand is so good, but I lose stats, so I don't think we're going to use it. Once we get a wand with stats on it, it's like, I don't really care anymore. The wand for Grocket is very much just stats stick anyway, so... It's not like we're a priest. Which, to be fair, if we do get a stat stick wand on the priest, it's also going to be a stat stick. Alright, fly up to Astronar, which is apparently an 8-minute 21 flight. This is so weird though. 3 minutes 48. 10 minutes 40? I don't think so. And then 8-minute 20. It's so strange. What's the actual flight time? 7 minutes from freaking Thessalos to Stone Talendo? I don't think so, Flight Master. Like, something's definitely fucked up there. Sure, it will fix itself. Fix yourself. Go to Astronar and then run to Foulwood. Perhaps do the first quest. Not completely sold on it. Like, I'm still kind of like, maybe we'll just run to Foulwood, grab flight pass, stuff like that. But I guess doing the first quest would make sense as well. I just don't have too much desire to play a whole lot today. I'll be honest. Mainly because of the Scourge event really just killing the vibe of leveling right now. If I was like in a different leveling bracket, like, you know, the level 30s, I wouldn't care about it. It wouldn't even matter to me, I'd still be having a good time, but the leveling bracket that we're in with the Scourge event being around, it's just major turn off. Like, just when I was like, alright, time to make some good progress in leveling and just blast as hard as we could, the Scourge event started. Fuck you, Blizzard. What is the TBC pre-patch event? I can't remember exactly. It's like a demon that runs around, right? Dudes around the dark portal. And I kind of remember there was like a Doomlord Kroll. He would like run around and kill people. I hope, even though it's an anniversary server, I feel like Blizzard's gonna screw it up. I hope that they don't add the frickin' TBC pre-patch event too hardcore. Cause that would that'd be rough. Scourge event's not as bad as I thought it would be, but it's still really annoying when you're leveling. But the TBC pre-patch event, yeah, that would be that'd be a disaster if that comes to hardcore. Thankfully, though, we haven't had to do anything in 3 of the zones. Well, I guess 4 if we count blasted lanes, but, you know, I would like to be able to go there. Elia had to skip it for now. Next time we play Elia, though, 51 to 52 in the blasted lanes, easy. Well, still got Terramis flying around, but, you know, easy enough. How many levels have we got on Grocket so far? We need 3 more so far. 4. Yeah, we've got 4. That's not too bad. I did want to be level 50 this week, but like I said, I don't think I have it in me to play until 50 today with what I have to do. And tomorrow I might just take off because that'll allow me to have a good week of leveling next week. Honestly, blame Blizzard and the Scourge event for just being in the way. I think Rocket would already be done if the Scourge event wasn't on. Alia would have been much quicker. Rogan would have been a little bit quicker. Rocket could actually finish zones. Like the fact that we just can't even do these quests because there's Scourge down there, like... So it's all Blizzard's fault. Which is something people have been saying for like 20 years now. I was actually talking about a certain game developer with a friend of mine the other day. He brought up Destiny. Because, you know, we played Destiny a little bit back in the day. He probably more so, considering he kept playing the expansions. But Activision and Bungie like split from each other at some point, and everyone was like, oh yeah, it's gonna be so much better now that Activision's gone. But apparently it was Bungie the whole time that were making bad decisions, because the game after that went to absolute shit. Quite sad. Because I like the premise of Destiny, you know, you jump on, you shoot some aliens, you have some brain dead fun, and you have a good time with your friends. But when it starts getting a bit too like loot boxy and battle passy, and the content that you bought gets deleted from the game, then yeah, it's not really for me. I got a friend who played Destiny 2 at the start. We were having a good time. We were raiding together, stuff like that. But she didn't buy the DLCs for like the upcoming content, because it was like a year one pass, stuff like that. And like she couldn't do any content with us in like dungeons and strikes and raids after that, just because she didn't have the battle pass. She's never forgiven them. Which is fair, because it's a stupid thing. Like, you buy something, you get the content. Removing the people's content that they paid for, though? Leaves a bad taste in anyone's mouth, honestly. I did pay for it, and then I did the raid one time after like they did that change, and then never again, because it was shit raid anyway. I liked the first raid. The first raid of Destiny 2 was great. Alice, big clappy hands. There's some good puzzles in there, but yeah. Second one, not so much. After that, kind of stopped playing. Then played a little bit in Forsaken because it was actually good, and then never again. But it's funny because my friend and I bought the Destiny 2 bundle like probably last year, maybe 2 years ago at this point, to like play through the stuff that we missed. And then I went to install it, and they're like, You need to install this kernel level anti-cheat on your computer. And I'm like, no, I'm not going to do that then. So I didn't install it. I don't want no kernel level anti-cheat on my computer. Like, I'm not going to cheat and hack. I don't need to be policed like that. If WoW ever wanted to put a kernel level anti-cheat on my computer, I wouldn't play World of Warcraft. Good luck getting that thing off you can. So I immediately regretted the $10 that I spent on that bundle, but I never used it. Go see how these beers look. Corrupted Songflower. I can't cleanse it because I just got here. Is that guy? Might be the same guy. There was a level 46 mage here when I was here on Elliot. I hope it's not the same guy. Because that would mean he's been here for 2 levels. And over a week. That'd be crazy. There are a few people here. So I'll just come check it out, see how likely it is to be able to finish this quest though. I think by that hunter's running around looking for maybe pathfinders. Maybe he's just herbing. But at any rate, we've got to do this grind at some point. Get into Winter Spring. It's not that big of a deal right now. But there will be a lot of Firbolg grinding this stint of the Medley. Elliot already did it quite a ways. Did like a whole level of Firbolg grinding because there was nothing else we could do because the Scourge were in blasted lanes. I want that hunter to come around again and I want to know if he pulls that path. Alternatively, I could just pathfind. One for me. Like I need them as well, right? Oh, Blink doesn't use Clearcast? Fuck that. Oh, the next damage spell. Okay. That makes sense. I didn't read that part. I was like, why did my Blink use mana? The next damage spell. Just things that you learn while you're playing a class for the first time in Classic WoW, huh? Always fun. You would get a double crit there, I felt it. Felt it in the bowels. See how much of this quest we get done. We'll definitely be about halfway through the level when we're done, like riding up to the flight path and stuff like that. But the Pathfinders might be quite difficult right now because of other people being here. So it might be like, here's a good thing to just let it sit for a week, a weekend. Nice Nova. Still for rank? Question mark. Honestly, that's like, I've had probably 4 whispers that are just ZDF question mark over the last 2 days. It's the #1 whisper for Grocket right now. Couple of Pathfinders. Maybe there is a chance to get this. See, I feel like this rogue and probably the hunter are definitely just needing Pathfinders as well. And these guys are acting crazy. I don't want to be around them if they're pulling like that. Yeah, maybe it's just better to leave it for today though. There's now like 5 people here. Get what we can and then go. Dog. Reach level 60. Love that damage. Dream foil. Of course I wouldn't see that when I'm on my herb giver. Let's run up to the flight path. I think my questy is actually a bit bugged. Because there's certain quests that are showing up already that aren't actually there. I did have to update it with the new shitty update that happened yesterday. Blizzard really broke something. Well, a lot of things actually. It's so weird too. Because, like, I don't even know what they even did to Classic WoW, but they definitely did something because, like, people's action bars were fucked with. You know, any item that they had in their bag wasn't on the action bar. Ramus bosses have changed. Like, I'm not 100% sure what Blizzard were doing, but they definitely did something. I'm not going to be streaming tomorrow. Should I check the mail of the characters today? Because it is Thursday. Tomorrow would be Friday. I guess I don't really need to because I checked last week. We can just leave it. Thought I heard a bear dying. Maybe there's someone underground. Pixel Fiend has reached level 60. I like the bag icon is so small right now as well. Small and cute. Hopefully I'm feeling better next week. Week has been just a pretty bleh. Catch up on some sleep over the weekend or something. Probably the biggest issue. But we'll definitely get Grocket done next week. If I, you know, have the 4 days available. And then we're on Lena, and I will definitely want to play Lena every single day, so I will 100% be streaming when I'm playing that character. In fact, I might stream so much that I won't be able to play Lena anymore because I'll be done with her. It's like, fuck. We went too fast. Oh. Might need a net. I did almost get an extra hour out of the stream though. I was thinking when I hit an hour mark today, I was like, yeah, well, I don't really feel like doing too much. Just do a short one. Mainly because the scourge are down here. I would have done all of this and then gone to the hinterlands and stuff if they weren't. It's just really lessens my desire to want to play the game when the scourge are just pop blocking me. For these guys waiting for their This song flower. Thankfully, though, the scourge will be gone next week. Black Battle tank. You see a lot more of those mounts than you saw in vanilla WoW, obviously, because it's more known about. I did know the person that got it on my server in vanilla. It was a mage called Tala. And I was pretty good friends with a lot of the people in the guild that did it, so... I think he was Australian as well, so pretty close. So I got to see him run around. I remember running after him in Unguro one time. Because I was playing Horde and they were Alliance, so obviously I was running after him. I'm a kill that man.
Feel free to browse. Goddess watch over you.
Alright, where do I want to go? So we're definitely going to log out for today, but I wonder, should I... Let me just check the calendar. I don't even think I can do that. It doesn't work on the... Here it is. So I think it's until the 27th, right? The Scourge event? So that would be Monday, which means it would be Tuesday for me. What time? That's the real question. Probably about the time where it started, so 10 in the morning, hopefully. Trying to check. They don't have a closing date on. How the fuck is... Probably the 20th. So I'd assume on Tuesday next week it should be complete, should be done. I may fly down to Tanaris.
May the stars guide you.
And log out there. An 11-minute flight, but, you know. Because I think if the Scourge aren't there, this is where I would want to start next time I play. We did get to halfway through this level as well. That's some good prog. Not as much as, you know, I was hoping. Like I said, getting to 50 this week would have been cool, but this Scourge stuff has just really taken the wind out of my leveling sails for the last month, I'm gonna be honest. If I was like in the level 20 or 30 bracket, I think it would have been just fine. But the fact that we are in the level bracket pretty much perfectly to have to deal with them It's just really killed my drive for the last month. It's been terrible because my WoW sub, I'll have to pay for it next month. Blizzard, you know, they really fucked me. I was hoping to get done with the Medley like as soon as possible, and then Blizzard's like, let's put out an event that's gonna last for a month and not let people level how they want to. Thanks. Appreciate it, Blizzard. Appreciate it. Maybe progression hardcore servers were a mistake. I guess progression hardcore servers are cool play on if you're caring about raiding. But you know, everyone's already played progression classic and progression vanilla, stuff like that. But I am thankful that dual spec and like insta mail exist on the server. That's the one reason I picked the anniversary servers when I did this challenge, because I'm like, I get to mail characters and instantly get it. Like if I ever have to log off a character right after mailing something to another character, that's going to be very useful. Hasn't really happened that much. Like there's probably a few times when I mail something to the next character that I'm going to be playing within like, you know, an hour. Very few times that it's happened. But the rules of the Medley have made it so it doesn't really matter that much. I can't just freely log into the characters and be like, alright, time to play this one today. I feel like if I allowed myself to just play whatever character I wanted rather than have a RNG, my paladin, druid, hunter would be like level 20. The rogue would probably be done. Warrior would be at least 50. Alia would probably be done as well because she's been quite fun. I think Rocket would begin close to 6. Because there's classes that I enjoy a lot and there's classes that I absolutely hate the thought of having to play sometimes. It's the enhancement shaman effect. Like it's sometimes fun, but other times it's just shit. But it's okay. We're getting what we get done. Do I have Shift C bound to anything? I wonder why I don't do that one. Probably because I don't need it. I guess A and D are just a bit easier to press with a shift. Although, like, there was someone, like, discussing how keybinds should be done. And, you know, I have alt stuff bound. Alt 1, 2, 6. I don't really use alt 4, 5, 6 that much because they are a bit harder to press, so I'd rather just click them. That's why they're food and stuff. But they were saying that you take your hand off the keyboard when you press Alt 1 and 2 and 3, and I'm just like, no you don't. My hands aren't that big. But everything in the space can be pressed without needing to move my hand. You know? Even like the F keys. My keyboard is probably a bit more compact than, you know, a giant keyboard, but it's not like one of those mini ones. Where'd that boat go? Mysterious boat. There was a boat, and then there was no boat, and then there's a boat. What the fuck? Also, what is that? This game is broken, man. Blizzard need to fire 2 interns for this patch. But I find it pretty easy to hit like the Alt and Shift and Control. Well, not so much Control because it does make me have to shift my pinky finger down, which does shift my hand. That's why I don't use Control as my push to talk anymore. I used to all the time, but my pinky does not rotate as well as it used to. It is pretty funny timing. But everything else is quite easy to press. Over here at least. From like F4 to about 6. Down. PGV, you know, all that. Pretty easy. In one hand stroke. For me. Got here just in time for the stream to be almost ending. But I do remember like the first 10 years or so of WoW that I played, I definitely used Control as my push to talk key. Yeah, it's very windy. We have an extreme wind warning down here right now. Thankfully, I don't have any reason to go outside, so good. But I think the whole damn country's been windy. It went from like moderate wind warning to severe wind warning and now extreme wind warning. Just 3 days. It's like... Well, that's good. I heard there was like a nursing strike on right now, which is probably for the best because, let's be real, healthcare and all that in New Zealand needs some work. Good on them. I don't think anything will come of it because the current political party that we have doesn't really care about people. Just money. But, you know, maybe for the next party. Sure, we'll have a new government next year. Unless people are really stupid. It would be impressive, but not surprising. The protest is so big that you can't protest.
Got the best deals anywhere.
New Zealanders going hard at the protest. I guess we'll keep that. It is kind of funny. I did think about getting into politics when I saw how bad things were around here, because, you know, I feel like I do care about people. But I don't hate myself enough to do that. Just the thought of like sitting around listening to a bunch of old people thinking they know what's best for people is like, ugh, it's a big turn on. I feel like I would be one of those politicians that goes in for the meeting of the day and then, you know, goes through what I need to go through, and then I'm like, alright, you guys enjoy talking about bullshit that's never gonna happen. I'll be doing work for the people. And that's why I wouldn't last that long in politics, because we don't actually want people like that, and we want people that will give them more money. One of my first thoughts, if I ever become a politician, I would slash the amount of money that I made. Like, if I was Prime Minister, I'd 100% cut it by at least 50%, because I don't think they need to make 400k a year. Even 200k is too much. Like, no one needs that. Yeah. It's just the world. But it's quite funny, because New Zealand from the outside looks like a utopia. But then you come back here and suddenly it's like, oh, some big issues. I was actually thinking about looking into going into, you know, some kind of nursing and stuff like that. I don't think I'd stay in New Zealand that long if I was, but because we live in a nursing home, I think I did see that, yeah. But you know, a career in like healthcare just leads you outside of New Zealand, in my opinion, anyway. All roads lead to Australia, or something like that.
Yo,
Oh.
keep it real.
Nothing like a little bit of political talk to eat in the stream. It's okay, because I was done leveling for the day. Only a short stream today. I don't think I will be here tomorrow, because once again the Scourge event has just killed my will to level. But next week it will be gone. Yeah. Well, we have an Asian community, right? So aged care will always be popping off until there is no more need for it. But then what Like everyone's left. there's gonna be like a gap of like 20 to 30 years of people that just don't exist in New Zealand, I feel, because they all went to Australia. Like, I was one of them until recently, and even now I'm like, maybe I should just go back. Because there's not much reason to be here if you're like between 20 to 40. Especially if you want like a social life. Yeah. But anyways, fun as is to talk about the problems that New Zealand has, I am going to get going for the day. Hopefully the wind dies down. It's been a very windy week. Like I said, do not think I'll be back tomorrow because of Blizzard's event that's going on right now. I don't like it. I want to hit level 50 without being too grind happy. I don't really want to grind right now. Rather hit 50 and then have to grind a little bit rather than have to grind a lot. So next week, probably first stream would be Tuesday, so we're probably going to have 4 days off now. So if I see you guys in 4 days, see you then. If not, see you when I do. Because it is a Formula 1 weekend, so Monday is always very hard for me to want to wake up after, you know, being awake at 6 in the morning already. But I'll be back when I'm back. Have a good night or day, depending on where you are in the world, everybody. And a good weekend, hopefully. See you guys when I see you. Bye. For anyone who is in New Zealand, don't blow away with the big wind.